The latest and greatest smartwatch from Samsung, and maybe the greatest Android smartwatch in 2021. This is the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Now I know that's a pretty bold claim that this may be one of the best smartwatches in the market, but considering everything we're going to talk about in this video, you're going to see why I'm putting this at the top of my list for the best Android smartwatches, at least in 2021. First off, let's take a moment to appreciate the build quality and the design on the Classic. This is the perfect smartwatch if you're looking for something a bit more premium, stylish, and elegant. It's built with stainless steel and has that rotating bezel that I absolutely love. It's got a nice hefty weight to it, pretty comfortable straps as well. The version that I got is the 46mm, which is the perfect size for my wrist, and just looking at it at a glance, it has a very sophisticated sort of look. So again, if that's something you're looking for, a watch that makes you look stylish, sophisticated, kind of like James Bond, then the Watch 4 Classic is definitely something to consider. A huge change from the previous Galaxy smartwatches is the fact that this time around, Samsung have moved away from their very own Tizen OS to work with Google and their Wear OS. This is a really welcome change because the result of this is a custom Wear OS platform that takes advantage of the millions of apps on the Google Play Store, which means you can get apps like Google Maps, YouTube, Spotify, and many more available for download on the smartwatch. As I mentioned, it's a custom build of Wear OS in collaboration with Samsung, so you still get the very best of the One UI, and the integration is seamless with any Samsung smartphone with the ecosystem and stuff. So overall, the integration is done so well, and it's the perfect hybrid new software of Samsung One UI as well as Wear OS. So still things like Bixby, SmartThings, Samsung Pay are all going to be present on there for you to use just like you would. Speaking of which, now if you have the Samsung Galaxy Buds, whichever generation, you can easily pair them up with the watch as well if you want to listen to music off of the watch within your earbuds, whether you're going out for a run or a jog or at the gym and you don't want to carry your smartphone. So that's possible now as well. Now let's talk sensors and features. Now the Watch 4 Classic has pretty much every sensor you can think of. You've got the heart rate monitor, blood oxygen monitor, stress monitor, sleep tracker, but in addition to that, Samsung has now added an ECG blood pressure sensor, as well as, get this, a body composition measuring feature. This is all thanks to the BIA sensor built in that sends a light electrical current through the body that calculates the water content within your body. This way it can measure your body fat percentage, skeletal muscle mass, fat mass, body fat, BMI, body water, and more. Traditionally, there's specific instruments you would need to measure something like this, but this watch is able to do all of that right off of your wrist. Pretty crazy. Now, of course, all of this has a specific purpose and functionality. You get over 100 different fitness activities. We've got Samsung's BioActive Sensor, which measures PPG, ECG, and BIA all from your wrist. You can customize the fitness and health tracking to suit you specifically, whether you want to lose weight or you want to gain more muscle mass. All of that can be customized to create a plan for you. Now, unfortunately, the ECG blood pressure monitoring is only available in a few countries as of now. So here in Malaysia, we weren't really able to test that out, but I'm sure with future updates, we're going to see that and we'll be sure to post that once it's out. Now let's talk performance and battery life. Considering everything we talked about earlier with the sensors and the tracking, Samsung has made some pretty major improvements in the internals. Under the hood, you get a 1.5 GB RAM and 16 gigs of storage. There's also a 5nm processor inside, which is why the watch feels so snappy and responsive. As for a battery, Samsung says this can last up to 40 hours in battery life, but to be honest, from my personal testing within these past few weeks with medium to high usage, especially during a review, it lasted me between 25 to 30 hours of battery life, and that's considering most of the functions being turned on, sleep tracking turned on, blood oxygen turned on, and that gave me roughly that kind of battery life. If I turned the brightness all the way up and had everything set to the maximum for the tracking as well as all notifications turned on, then I'll get roughly 23 hours, 22 hours of battery life, which isn't amazing or mind-blowing, but there you go. Not really 40 hours. Now for additional functionality and some quirky things that this does pretty well, you can install a bunch of applications. There's so many apps because of that partnership with Wear OS and Google. You can get pretty much anything that you can think of on your smartwatch. Obviously, the integration is something that'll be dependent on which smartphone you're using. Samsung phones will definitely work a lot better with this than other Android devices, but just for Android in general, because of the Wear OS and future updates, this might be, like I said, the best Android smartwatch, at least in 2021, because other smartwatches that are running Wear OS haven't even received Wear OS 3 as of now. It's just the Samsung Watch 4 and Watch 4 Classic. You can control music with it. You can connect your buds to it, use it wirelessly without having to rely on your phone, whether you're out running or jogging. IP68 dust and water resistant with military grade protection, so you don't have to worry about damaging it when you're out and about, hit it against a wall. When you're hiking, you fall down, don't have to worry about any of that. So build quality and stuff wise, it's really, really top notch. Even the watch faces are so much more customized now, and they interact to what you're doing on screen. Whether you're working out, the emojis will start working out. Whether you're listening to music, the emojis start listening to music. So that sort of stuff just really makes it more quirky and fun, a lot more interactive, and makes you feel more immersed with the smartwatch. So all in all, I think this is a great smartwatch. Maybe the best Android smartwatch, I'll say that once more, because of that partnership with Wear OS. And we can see that they're expanding their horizons a little bit more to give users more customization, regardless of what device they're using. And it can only go up from here. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be appreciated. If you do like this kind of content, consider subscribing, because we will do more of this. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until then,